Okay, so here's another short video on groove welds and joints. So the 5 basic joints are butt, lap, T, edge, and corner. Those are your 5 basic joints. Now, for your groove welds, there's quite a few. You've got the square groove, then you've got what's called a single bevel. That's a single bevel. Then you've got what's called a double bevel, which is and remember, these can be on either side. You can switch them back and forth. It's still the same thing. It's still a double bevel. Now, here's a single V groove. And a double V groove is a lot like your single bevel, only it's on both sides. That's a double V right there. Now, sometimes you'll have like a single J. The single J right there. Now a double J is, we'll put it on this side. That's a double J right there, this one. Now a single U looks like that. And then a W, put it like that. Looks like that. That's a double U right there. You can see the difference between the two. And we'll talk about like some sheet metal. So sometimes you'll see like a flare bevel. That's a flare bevel right there. And then you've got what's also known as a flare V. And one other thing is there's what's also known as a edge weld on a flanged butt joint. So that's going to look like, it's going to look a little different, but we'll draw it really big so you can kind of understand it. So you just deposit the weld right there. So, okay, so now we're going to talk about something else. And it might be a little complicated at first, but we'll get through it. So, we're going to talk about the parts of a groove weld. So we'll draw a groove. Okay. So this part right here, that's called your root opening. Okay? So this part right here is called your root face, also known as the land. Okay? And then I guess we'll pretend there's a weld right here. This is called your face. This part's called your toe. And basically from like let's say there was a weld right here. That would be known as your root reinforcement, and which is the distance from here to there. That's your root reinforcement right there. And from here to here is known as your effective throat. Effective throat. Okay, that's from here to here. Now I'm gonna draw another one because we're gonna add a little bit more to this. So we'll do it right here. Okay, right here, this angle right here is called your bevel angle. Okay, that part from here, this angle. Now, the included angle from here to here is known as your groove angle. That's your groove angle. That's the whole thing. Now this right here, this part is known as your groove face. That's this part right here. From here to here, it's your groove face. Okay. So hopefully you kind of get an understanding. The reason why you need to know this stuff is because obviously if you're in school, you're taking a blueprint reading class, I hope, for welding or machining, and you need to understand what these things mean, so when you get out on the job and they hand you a blueprint, you need to be able to read this stuff. Because a lot of guys, you'd be surprised, can't read a blueprint or don't know what weld symbols mean. And I'll make another video later on welding symbols and how to understand what they mean on a print. But it's very important to know this stuff. It's going to come in handy. So just remember, this is your root opening, or your land, or your, that's your root opening. This part right here is known as your root face or land. This is your groove face, bevel angle, groove angle. Okay? Your face of the weld, your toe of the weld, your effective throat. Okay? And then this is your root reinforcement from the bottom of your root to the plate. Okay. Now that's groove welds. Now we're going to talk about a fillet. Okay. This is your toe. This is your face. From here to here is known as your leg. Okay? And then you've got what's known as the actual throat. Now the actual throat is from the root of the weld to the face of the weld. It's a little different from the effective throat. The actual throat is from, we'll write this down here. Actual from root to face. Root to face of weld. That's your actual throat. Okay? Root to face of weld. Just remember that for your test. So, and then remember that, your leg is that part of the weld, your toe, your face. And remember, a fillet weld is measured by its leg size. Okay, and you need to have equal leg fillets, unless it says differently on the print, but you need to make your welds equal leg. It's going to take a lot of practice, especially when you start getting into harder positions and everything. But you just got to practice a lot. But that's the most important thing. This part is your throat. Here's the root of your weld right here to the face. Okay. And it might go into the plate just a little bit. That's still your actual throat. It's just the root of the weld. That's what you got to remember. Alright. Hopefully this helps you out. Just know those. Alright. Post any questions if you need help.